Alrighty, good morning everyone and welcome to the PreStream podcast. Welcome to my final PreStream podcast of the week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. After a lengthy, eventful, and fun streaming week, today is finally time to say goodbye. Forever. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone today? Today is Sunday, the 23rd of January, 2022. And I welcome you all here to a full streaming day of fun. Today should be a great streaming day with what we've got on the agenda. And it is my final consecutive streaming day of the week after 6 straight days of streaming. Also, next week, it's looking like it's going to be more of the same. Probably another 6 straight days of streaming and then Monday off again next week. We'll see. Play it by ear, but that's kind of what we're going for right now. But it's been a really good week. Let me tell you guys. Overall, had a great amount of fun here. Continuing on with Skyrim. Trying out a few new things with games like Rainbow Six Extraction and Sniper Elite 4. Carrying on with endgame content, or I should even say post-game content, for games such as Lost Judgment and Resident Evil 4. Having my weekly session of Street Fighter, which went pretty well this week. And of course, Halo, which so far, my first session this week was really good. Okay? So it's been a really, really good variety of content this week. I really enjoyed myself. Thank all of you who've been here live on the streams all week long. And of course, thanks to those of you who watch this on demand as well. I really do appreciate everyone checking out the content. Now, we're about to head into February. We're very, very close. You may not realize this. We're only 11 days away. 11 days away? I think we're only 11 days away from Dying Light 2. What I need to do, I need to actually, next week, when I come back on Tuesday, all right, a major section of the PreStream podcast is that I'm going to go through the game release schedule, all right? I'm going to sit down and go through all the releases, outline them by date, and we're going to go through this on Tuesday to know exactly what day every game comes out. Because February is a crazy month, and obviously I want to be prepared for it. And right now I'm not. I'm being honest. Right now I'm not. I have not looked at the game release schedule. I have not updated my calendar or anything on my phone, in my head, anywhere. So I don't even know what's going on. It's been such a crazy time for games recently. And this month, even though there was no new releases, we were so busy with so many different things, right? Skyrim and Resident Evil 4 and Grand Theft Auto 3 and all this fun Gamepass stuff that we've been checking out this month. So, but yes, absolutely, we will be talking about what is coming up in February very shortly, all right? I promise you that. We will have that information for you when I come back from my break on Tuesday, all right? So let's talk. Let's talk about the streams today. Then let's talk about some fun interaction you guys get to do over the next day when I'm off. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is very true that you guys have the power. You guys have the power to vote. Yes, that's loud. You guys have the power to vote on what you would like to see me do when I come back from break. Okay? Yes, you do. So let's talk. First of all, today, what are the streams today? First stream is Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Hooray! Yes, Skyrim Anniversary Edition today on the main gameplay stream. That makes 2 days in a row, which is 2 days too little. I want more. I really enjoy Skyrim. Seriously, when I'm playing Skyrim with you guys, it's a chill vibe. It's fun because even though you might have an objective, you end up wandering about and running into so much stuff. Yesterday, we took out the archer who was killing me so many times to stream before and got his rare bow. We used his rare bow to take out a couple optional dungeons, including killing a bunch of necromancers. We fought a dragon. We went to... I forget the name of the town that we even went to. The one that's the head of the Stormcloaks, the location where their headquarters is. We checked stuff all around there, right? And it was just so crazy. It's so much you can do in this game, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And you guys help me because you guys talk with me during the playthrough, and you say, hey, maybe you should try this. You could do this. Hey, did you know about this quest? Did you know about this item? Did you know about this aspect of the game? And most of the time my answer is, no, I didn't know, because 10 years ago, when I was playing Skyrim, I was not a live streamer. I didn't have a live audience to interact with back then, so I didn't have people to tell me about all the ins and outs of the game. I just kind of learned on the fly. Now, I did own the strategy guide. I remember buying the strategy guide many years ago, and I kind of used that as a guide to figure out what I wanted to do. But at the same time, it's very different having a live interactive audience to chat with and enjoy the game with than it is reading a fucking book over here to try to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? I am really enjoying this playthrough. And in a little ways, in a little bit, I should say, I'm sad that this playthrough will be going on hold for a bit. Or I guess the way I can more properly say is it's going to kind of go on the back burner. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to play it at all, but it basically means that it will not be the featured playthrough. Maybe I'll play it once or twice a week as a night stream, but I'm going to be focusing in on the major new releases as the daytime streams, so this is not going to be prominently featured, okay? Excuse me. So, that's fun. Now today, what are we doing in Skyrim? Let's talk a little bit. So yesterday, after doing all that stuff in the eastern part of the map, we talked a little bit about it, and we determined that what I should do is I should head north. I should head across this big mountain ridge where there's all these different caves and missions and things right along the way. I should hit up whatever I discover along the way up north, and then I should head towards Winterhold, because Winterhold is the magic capital of Skyrim. It's where all the magical happenings go down. You could buy the high-level spells. You could train. There's a giant quest line there. There's really good stuff up there, okay? And the last thing that I want to do is put off on magic abilities when my build is mostly magic. If you take a look, conjuring is the core aspect of my build with a little bit of restoration on the side. So obviously I want to get the best stuff. I want to be able to conjure the best creatures, right? I want to be able to level up all the way. So that should help me, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. We're heading towards Winterhold. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get to Winterhold today. I'm just saying we're going to work on it. We're going, we might run into so much stuff along the way, we never even get there. And technically, that's what tends to happen when you play Skyrim, is that there's so much content along the way of what you're trying to do, you never get to what you were trying to do. But it's all fine. It's all good, okay? Now, it's funny, because we're heading north into these wintry, cloudy, snowy areas. Visibility is low, and I'm looking outside right now, and I'm not kidding you. Outside of my house, it looks like a bowl of milk. It looks like Silent Hill. It looks like pea soup, as they say. Thick as pea soup. The fog out there is crazy. We had crazy fog yesterday, and the fog is ridiculous today. It got even worse. I don't know what caused it, but my God, the fog out there is insane. I'm glad I'm actually not out driving today. Tomorrow's my day off where I have to drive around and do a lot of shit. I hope that the fog dissipates for tomorrow. So, good stuff today in Skyrim. I'm very much looking forward to an open world chill stream. Now, today, if that's what you're excited for, oh man, I cannot wait. Phil's gonna have so much fun in Skyrim. Please give this stream a like. By liking my live streams, you give them visibility. I'm doing a podcast right now for about an hour. If we get a ton of likes by the time this podcast is done, then when I actually go for gameplay, a lot of people may be searching on YouTube, say, oh, I want to watch someone play Skyrim. Oh, here it is, Skyrim Anniversary Edition, Dark Side Phil. Boom. And that's how we get more exposure on YouTube, and other people say, hey, I've been finding Phil's content via just searching on YouTube or getting a recommended video of it, and that's a good thing, okay? So if you're having a good time, if you're looking forward to Skyrim today, please give this stream a like. It helps tremendously. Of course, if you're not here live and you're watching this on demand on YouTube, that's cool. Thanks for watching. Please consider giving the video a like and also leaving a comment. That stuff also helps. And I'm not kidding you. If we could get 1/3 of the people who watch my content to like and leave comments on it, this channel would actually be propelled in popularity in YouTube search and related videos. But we got to get people into the habit of doing this over and over and over. All right? So thank you in advance to anyone who does this. Okay? Cool. Now, tonight's late stream, I'm very excited for. It's more Halo Infinite. And last time when we played Halo Infinite, I really liked the new game mode called Attrition. This game mode is the same as Team Slayer. The difference is there's limited lives. So every life counts significantly. You have to be very careful. And in fact, what I've noticed is that the people tend to stick together as a team and back each other up. While in regular Team Slayer, people just go off gung-ho, going crazy. Well, in this case, you don't want to blow all your lives because then your team can't respawn. So you got to stick together. There's a lot of strategy to it. And I actually like the mode a ton and had a lot of fun with it. Also, there's a new event going on where you unlock a bunch of cosmetics for your character. And so far, I've unlocked this cool-looking 3D visor that I equipped on my Spartan. And I'm about to unlock bubblegum color. Oops. Bubblegum color. Who doesn't want bubblegum color for their Spartan? That's what I thought. I do. I want to look like an asshole. So I cannot wait to play tonight and hopefully unlock the bubblegum and go even further. All right, I'm very much been enjoying Halo Infinite multiplayer recently. Hope you guys will join me for that later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to see some chaotic, but also tense, suspenseful, action-packed fun, where I kick some butt and also get my butt spanked. Both happen usually. So awesome. So that's today's streams. Okay, now here's where you guys come in, because I'm off from streaming tomorrow. And by the way, whatever you guys do tomorrow, please be safe. Please have a good and fun day. Whether that entails maybe getting caught up on all of my stuff here on DSPGaming. Thanks if you do. Or if that entails you go off and you do other stuff all over the world, all over the internet, whatever you may do. Doesn't matter to me. I just hope you have a good day and a safe day. Okay? When I come back on Tuesday, the main gameplay stream that I will be doing is going to be determined by you. You right there. You. The person watching right now. You. In your chair, your seat, whatever you're sitting in, you're going to pick it. You. Not me. You. Because I give the power to my viewers to determine the future. I'm an interactive streamer, and I very much appreciate your input when it comes to the kind of stuff that I do on live streams on a daily basis. I really do. So, your question is, how are you going to do this? What's the deal? How are you going to have input? When I was telling you this, that you guys would have the power, 3 people quit the stream. I'm serious. I said, you guys will have the power to pick the game for Tuesday, and 3 people stopped watching. And then 3 people came back right now. That's actually kind of funny that 3 people said, oh, I don't want that. Power to pick something on Phil's stream. I'm out of here. Fuck this. That's too much responsibility. I can't handle that. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Most people revel in that power. Like, oh, wow, that's cool. There's a streamer and I get to pick what he plays. That's really sweet. Some people just can't handle it, man. But anyway, so here's the deal. Here's what we're going to do. Right now, live, on this very stream, I'm going to create the poll where you will start voting on what game I will be playing on Tuesday. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about each of the 4 games and my opinions on them, that are all games that I've played on Gamepass under the past week and a half, 2 weeks. So this is going to be a pretty sweet segment, all right? So let's do it right now. We'll do it live. Fuck it. That's an old meme. Okay, so here we go. On my nicely functional laptop, which let me tell you guys, I've gotten so much good use out of this thing since I got it last year. So thank you so very much to the viewer who donated this laptop so that I could actually do shit like this and not sit here with a laptop that doesn't work that I had for like 10 years. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put up a poll right now. 4 options. Attention all. Which of these 4 games would you like to see as the main gameplay stream when I return from break on Tuesday, January 25th at 10:45 a.m. PST? Good luck. All right, here we go. Here are the 4 options. You guys ready? Option number 1, Sniper. Oh, shit, I spelled that wrong. Sniper Elite 4. Option number 2, I Am Fish. Option number 3, Quake. Option number 4, The Forgotten City. Post. It has been posted. So, where can you find this poll? Right now, on the main channel page of DSP Gaming, right here on YouTube, under the community tab. That is posted. Boom. Public. Boom. Live. Boom. So you can do it right now. Please go vote on what game you would like to see on Tuesday. Now I can tell you initially, I just posted the poll up live. The initial results are as follows. We have, wow, 16 votes within like 20 seconds. It's a triple tie between I Am Fish, Quake, and the Forgotten City. Sniper Elite 4 way behind. Terribly behind. Let's click refresh again. Alright, now with the newly updated results, the Forgotten City is in the lead. I Am Fish is in second place. Quake is in third. Sniper Elite 4 is in fourth with 34 votes. So what I will do, over the course of this pre-stream, I will periodically check on the status of that poll and let you guys know what it's looking like for Tuesday. Now, by the way, I just posted the poll. Chances are the results of that poll are going to change dramatically over the course of the next day or two. Keep in mind, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It'll be a whole 48 hours for you guys will have to vote to determine what game I actually play on Tuesday, okay? So that's a lot of time, and by the way, what I've noticed, this is really, really good. I'm very pleased with this. What I've noticed is, when I post up a poll on my main channel page on DSPGaming, that, you know, that community tab, usually the results within a day is anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 votes. That's a lot. That means that's a lot of people who are engaged with just, look, being on DSPGaming and interacting. Like, that's a ton, really. That's a lot of people, because if you take a look at how many people attend my streams, how many? 200 to 300, sometimes 400. For a new release, maybe a little more than that. On-demand videos on YouTube vary greatly. It depends on the playthrough and the timing. But to have within 24 hours 1,000 people actually weigh in on something is really cool. So please vote if you have not. And I mean, say vote you have not. The poll just went live. Of course you haven't. There's only 34 people who had. All right. So that's pretty awesome. And please vote, vote, and vote some more. I'll check on that in a little bit. Now let's talk about each of the 4 games that are eligible for coming up this week. Okay. First of all, Sniper Elite 4. I had not played a Sniper Elite game in quite some time. I played Sniper Elite 2 way back when on my PC, way before I was even doing direct capture. Okay, it was a long time ago. I loved Sniper Elite 2, even though it had some tedious things that were annoying. Overall, the game was great with its X-ray executions. But that game was very linear, and what I mean by that is the maps were basically like a street or an open area in the middle of 2 buildings. And it was your job to get from point A to point B, sometimes killing specific targets or blowing up certain things. It was fun, but it was very, very, how can I say? Was there a few ways to do each mission? Yeah, but not a ton. It was mostly like just get it done. Sniper Elite 3 changed the formula up, okay? And basically, hold on a second. Sniper Elite also changed the location. I forget exactly where it was, but it was more, if you remember, it was more like desert-like. And basically there were boss fights. I remember you had to fight a tank at one point in the game. And I don't know. Sniper Elite 3, it was one of the first games I actually played when I moved out here to Washington 8 years ago. And I remember being excited for it and then playing it and not really liking it. After playing it like a couple times, I was like, man, this game isn't as good as Sniper Elite 2. They changed the formula up. And I really don't really like it that much. So now, in 2017, Sniper Elite 4 released, and I didn't play it. I purposely skipped it, knowing that I didn't like 3, and figuring they probably had pushed the game in the same direction. So Sniper Elite 4, you guys wanted to see me play under Gamepass, and I gave it a try. And what it is pure stealth. The game is literally set up to be 100% stealth. If you get identified, every enemy on the open world map, which by the way, the game is completely open world now, every enemy comes for your ass. They're all psychic, and they all fucking come after you, and it's really annoying. It's like Metal Gear Solid, but like even tougher, more serious business, because you get fucked up so fast in this game. You do. You just get destroyed by bullets. You get, you know, torn up. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. I remember there was actually a sniper. Last time that I played, I was trying to blow up a big train on an overpass kind of a bridge by putting explosives below it and sniping the explosives. But there was a sniper up there who kept seeing me, and I couldn't see him. It was very hard, and finally I killed him. But it took a while. I mean, this game is tedious, just to be honest with you. It's tedious because it's difficult, because it's pure stealth. In no way is this run and gun action at all. This is a very different kind of game. Now, I played the game both on a Game Pass night for an hour, and then you guys wanted to see me play it as a mainstream, so I did. Now, here's what happened. My audience is split on this game. Half of the audience likes the game and thinks that it's something intriguing and challenging and fun, and they want to see me continue with the playthrough after 4 hours of playing it. The other half of my audience is bored to tears, and when I streamed this as a main stream on Friday, I started off with almost 400 viewers, and by the end of the stream, I had less than 200. And it had nothing to do with me or anything. People were basically like, this game is just boring. We'll come back when you're playing something that's more exciting to us. So this might be the case where this particular game is more fun to play than watch. That's what a lot of people say for certain styles and genres of game, and it seems like that just might be the case about Sniper Elite 4, okay? That's one game that's in the running for Tuesday. Number 2, I Am Fish. This is a game where you play a fish that ate the mutated living bread from the game I Am Bread. And because of that, the fish essentially becomes, like, self-aware and now wants to be broken free from its pet status and get to the ocean. And there's 4 different fish that this happens to. In the introduction segment, which I played a little over an hour, you play as a goldfish, okay? And there's 2 or 3 stages that I played where you're rolling around in fish bowls. And at one point, you're in a mop bucket on wheels, all kinds of stuff, a jar. Excuse me. And your goal is to get to the ocean. Well, I did get to the ocean. It was challenging, but it was pretty fun, although it was very actually difficult. That last part of the stage where you're in the jar, it's very hard to control. Because if you go left or right, the whole jar turns, and you're trying to go on these narrow planks and stuff and not fall off. It's very, very challenging, okay? So, that being said, people were interested in seeing me continue to play through. I finished all the intro stages, which is basically the goldfish. And now there's 3 other fish, and each one has a gimmick. Like, there's a blowfish, a flying fish, and a piranha, I think, and each one has like a special ability and more challenges than just the goldfish. So that's basically, it's like a platforming puzzler, but it's very, very challenging, and but cute as well, very cute. And some of the ingenious things they did with the puzzles I liked. So very different style of game. All right, that's number 2. Haseo X, no, you did not hear Jasper. That was a truck outside. I just heard a truck driving by outside on the street. I don't know what it was, but that was not Jasper Kitty. Cat is home today. So Jasper will not be on the streams. He'll be spending time with her today. As you know, when she's home, if I leave my door open to the office, my voice is booming and loud throughout the house, and everyone's like, ah, my ears. So that's why I leave the door closed, and Jasper will not be in here today. Sorry about that. By the way, quick reminder, guys, now that we're almost 25 minutes into the podcast, if you are enjoying today's stream, please give it a like. We now have about 250 people on the stream, about 40 likes. It would be great if we can get that up to 100. My goal on every stream I do is to try to get 100 likes or more. I'm figuring if I can get 100 likes or more on every stream, that'll give us added discoverability and help the channel. So please give it a like if you're watching live, okay? Thank you. Okay, so continuing on. Those are the 2 games that we had previously played. Now, what about the 2 new games from last night's Game Pass night? Let's talk a little bit about last night's Game Pass night. So the first game I played was Quake. That's right, the 1996 original. It was the follow-up game from id Software after they made Doom, Doom 2, Ultimate Doom, and all those spin-offs of Doom. They wanted to do something different. So they made, essentially, the sequel to Doom called Quake. And what it is you're going through these levels that are kind of like hell. Wow, what a surprise. You're fighting hideous, deformed, demonic creatures. Wow, what a surprise. They're shooting you with ammo. They've got chainsaw and blade arms. They're lunging at you with bloodthirsty, tooth-filled mouths, right? So what do you do to them? You fucking shoot them in the face. You blow them away. You turn them into chunks. You do whatever you can to mulch those motherfuckers and to continue on. Now, unlike Doom, Quake does not have like a ridiculous amount of hidden walls and shit, but it does have a lot of hidden rooms. It's a little different. There's no button to like nudge every wall. It goes like in Doom. Instead, it's a little bit more, if you can believe it, fast-paced than Doom. Yes, Quake is actually like Doom on steroids with the amount of enemies they throw at you and the amount of challenges that are in the game. I mean, I played the game for an hour last night. 1 hour. And within that hour, there's probably like 7 instances where a door opened up and I was a million enemies in front of me. Like, oh shit! Trying to fucking survive. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But it's actually fun. Okay? It's a really good game. This version of Quake, what they did is they updated the graphics. The original game was quite pixelated on PC back in the day. They updated the graphics to not be pixelated. They're still blocky and not great, but the game is the best it's ever looked on the Xbox Series X. Now, interestingly enough, okay, the game has a nail gun. All right, in fact, it has two versions of a nail gun, a regular and then like an full auto nail gun. The boxes that the nail ammo are contained in have the letters NIN on it, which is kind of funny because it kind of reminds me of something. NIN. What does that sound like? Well, it sounds like Nine Inch Nails. You know, like the band. Because you may not be aware of this, the entire soundtrack of Quake 1 that is actually by Nine Inch Nails. They made every song in the game. They were tasked with doing this. They wanted to have this cool, you know, rock music tie-in with this high-octane, gory, action-filled shooter. And the soundtrack is good. It is. Like, I really like the soundtrack of Quake. I think that it's actually really, really good. That's the kind of music that I listened to in the 1990s, quite frankly. So it's right up my alley, okay? But, funny enough, listen to this, everyone. You ready? So, last night, and I had this fun stream, played through Quake for the hour, uploaded the video, and the video received something like 10 Content ID matches. I'm not kidding you. Are you ready? Every single song that played during my Quake stream last night, every single piece of music was claimed on YouTube. The video got claimed from every possible fucking direction. Seriously. It's like a pincushion of Content ID claims at this point. I was like, holy shit, I've never seen that in the 14 years that I've been doing content creation on YouTube, okay? I've seen a few claims maybe hit a video. Like Grand Theft Auto, which I just played, the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Maybe in one video I'm playing several songs off the radio, and so they each get claimed, and now you get this weird directional cluster claim where every music company thinks they own rights to the video, and they're all endlessly trying to get money off the video. In this case, every single every single song is Nine Inch Nails, and every single song is claimed, so the video is like ultra claimed. Like, that video is owned by Nine Inch Nails, or whatever company owns their music. I will make nothing on that video, which, by the way, is not a huge deal. But I'm just saying, man, that was crazy that it didn't get claimed once. It didn't get claimed twice. It's like, I'm not exaggerating, like 10 plus claims on the video because of all the different music that played during the course of that video. So, whew, now we know it's definitely a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, okay? So anyway, it was very fun. I got through, I think, 4 stages, I want to say. Either 4 or 5 different levels, because the levels are quite fast-paced in that game. And the game has ridiculous amounts of content. So each level... Well, hold on. There's a main campaign. The main campaign has 4 worlds. Each world has multiple levels. There's like 5 or 6 or more levels. So you're talking like 25 to 40 levels in the main game. Then there's 3 DLC expansions included. So it's like, damn, that's a lot of fucking content in that game on Gamepass. If you like Doom, if you like Quake, that's a ton of content in there. It has everything, like every single fucking possible piece of content. It's crazy. So, that's a game that's in the running for Tuesday, just so you guys know. And then last but not least, a game that I actually want to talk a little bit at length about here on the pre-stream because I was pleasantly surprised with it yesterday. Okay? A little gem that I discovered last night called The Forgotten City. You might say, well, what is The Forgotten City? Did you forget about it? Did you go to a city and forget about it? It sounds kind of like Tomb Raider, right? Oh, I went to the Forgotten City and I found the treasure and I fought a bunch of inexplicable ancient tribal demons who came at me with shield and spear, and then when I escaped, the entire thing exploded in a big, marvelous Michael Bay-like ending, right? Not really. It's actually not what it is at all. It's quite intriguing. So you play a character in the modern day who apparently has amnesia, and you wash up on shore outside of a archaeological dig, and in this dig, someone has killed themselves They were someone who apparently was researching the dig and was turned into gold or not. It's very odd. You find a hanging statue made of gold that seems like he committed suicide, and there's a suicide note stating, I should have never come here. I went through the portal over there, and it put me into an endless loop, and I'll never escape. Once you're here, you'll never escape, and you shouldn't have come here. You'll never escape. The hell? So you go through the time portal, and you end up way in the past in ancient Rome. Only you're not in ancient Rome. You're in an underground city that the ancient Romans have occupied. And the Romans who were there are living there stating, we live in like a perfect society because here we live by a golden rule. When we arrived here, we discovered this pre-built. We didn't actually build any of this. It was already here. And we found documents and things here that said, you must live by the golden rule because if you violate the golden rule, you will die. Everyone here will die. Okay? Now, what is the golden rule? No one said it. It doesn't say. So no one actually knows what the golden rule is. Some people are assuming it just means don't commit any crimes, don't hurt anyone, don't steal. They're just kind of guessing at what the golden rule is, okay? And so as you investigate further in this forgotten city, you find out that there's actually statues made of gold that maybe aren't statues. And the reason I say that is because some of them talk to you. They don't necessarily like move their lips, but you can hear voices coming out of them saying things that are very weird, like help me, or I want to help you, or go talk to this particular person. At one point, I actually did find a statue moving, which was very creepy, which means they're definitely alive. Now, the question is, are those statues Romans, or are those statues maybe a previous civilization that lived there? They broke the golden rule, and then everyone got turned into a living statue, and they're stuck perpetually as a statue forever? Now, the funny part is, you talk to the leader of this settlement, and he's like, listen, we need to get to the bottom of what's really going on here. Because if you're here from a different time period, it means that I must have done this ceremony that we discovered here. There's apparently a ceremony to a goddess that you can perform, and it's supposed to summon someone as a savior to save the people. And apparently this Roman leader had been saving this ceremony for if something went wrong. If someone broke the golden rule and all of a sudden everyone started dying, he was going to perform the ceremony to open a time portal and suck you there, or suck someone there to save them all. All right? So what happens is you go around interrogating people and you find out all kinds of stuff. There's politics involved. There's two leaders with different ideas about what the golden rule is, and one of them wants to get elected while the other one is already elected, and they're afraid if the other guy gets elected, he's going to ruin everything for everyone. You find out there's a hidden underground catacomb, and when you go down there, you find some really creepy fucking shit. It's pretty interesting. And the further in you get, the better like abilities you actually get like more stuff to do. Like I just got at the very end of the stream, I got a zip line, so now I can do zip line stuff all around the city. And by the way, I think it's like fast travel, but also it allows you to go to hidden areas too. And apparently there's other things, like I found these vines, and currently I can't climb them, but it looks like these vines go to different places on the map, and if I have the ability to climb them, eventually I'm going to be able to get more items and unlock more of the story. Now if you do something wrong, okay, basically, here's what happens. I'll give you an example because this happened on last night's stream. I found some bread, and the bread literally said on it, this bread looks like someone is currently eating it and it isn't finished yet. Okay? Now, there were other items that I had found lying around and didn't have a description like that. It would just be like, oh, it's a bag of gold. Okay, it's just sitting here. All right, yoink. And you could take the gold. They let you take it. But the bread distinctly stated, this looks like someone else's bread and they're not done with it yet. So when I grabbed that bread, oh shit, all hell broke loose. All of a sudden, statues appeared out of nowhere that looked like almost like Greek soldiers with bow and arrow, and they were coming after my ass trying to kill me, shooting me with these arrows. Now, what I can only assume is that if you get shot with an arrow, you get turned into one of these living statues forever, and that must be the end of the game. But what you need to do is, if you violate the rule, the golden rule, the leader goes and performs the ritual to open the time portal, and you got to run your ass across the entire map to this time portal and reset everything. The cool thing about this is, when you reset everything, you keep all your items that you found up to that point. So yeah, actually this game is a roguelike or roguelite in that regard, where you do certain things in the world, get items, and then you can reset and start over. So the first run that I played, someone committed suicide. Now I found out more information about this person, and in the second run, I need to try to talk them down so they don't commit suicide, and then maybe they'll have more information that'll lead me on to more progress in the game. You know, it reminds me of a few things. It reminds me of 12 Minutes from last summer. Remember that game that we played off Gamepass, where there was no way you would know everything in one run? You needed to constantly play the game and get more information to unlock more dialogue and more possibilities. It's kind of the same deal here. By the way, the game runs on the Skyrim engine. Yes, it runs on the same engine as Skyrim. Originally, this was a Skyrim mod, but the scope of the project got so big that they decided to make it its own game. Okay? Epin Pippi says, so it's like Majora's Mask a bit. Yes, that's actually another good comparison. You keep the items that you found and things you keep, the knowledge that you learned, you keep, and you reset the day and you start over trying to progress further in certain plots. That's absolutely a great comparison there. Yes. So, this game, I played it for 2 hours last night, okay? I was incredibly intrigued. This actually is very fun and original, and a game that's very different from other games that I've been playing recently. So I was like, wow, I really like this game. But once again, much like with Sniper Elite 4, the audience was divided. Half the people were like, wow, we agree with Phil. What a unique and original experience. And some people were like, I'm checking this out for myself. It's on Game Pass. I'm going to check this game out. I never heard of it until now, and this looks good. I'm playing it. But then others were like, nah, it's just a walking simulator. You just walk around and talk. There's really no action. And it's funny, these people who say shit like that, how would they have survived, like, PC gaming in, like, the 90s? Like, half the game on PC were point-and-click adventures. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was Myst, Riven, Secret of Monkey Island, Grim Fandango. Like, they must have said, oh, all of those games suck ass. They're all God-forbidding, terrible games. There's no constant action. It's like, if you just need constant action, seriously, you need to go see a doctor. Not everyone needs constant action in every single game. In fact, some people prefer games without so much action because they find them relaxing and entertaining and fun. I do. I played Quake last night. I loved it. Quake is great. It's high octane. It's full adrenaline. You're killing, mulching enemies, blood, squirting brains popping out of their fucking bodies, a big spleen piled on the ground with writhing, squirting blood intestines. Okay? Cool. But not every game has to be like that. You can have big variety. And Forgotten City seems like something very different than what I'm used to playing. And I'm actually very much looking forward to trying this game out again. So, those are your 4 games. And by the way, now that we've talked about all 4 games, let's see how the poll's doing, ladies and gentlemen. You guys ready? Here we go. So here's the current results of the poll to determine Tuesday's game. 23 minutes this poll's been live. 191 votes. We've got Quake with 17% of the vote. Sniper Elite 4 with 18% of the vote. I Am Fish with 24% of the vote. And the Forgotten City, 41% of the vote. But there's only 191 people who voted. And as I told you guys, with these polls, essentially, we get anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 people who've been voting on these polls when I put them up. So it is very early on, and I definitely feel that there will be more people voting in droves over the next 48 hours. It's anyone's game. Listen, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be happy if it was the Forgotten City. In fact, I'm telling you, I probably would be pretty happy if it was the Forgotten City that wins. Okay? Okay, so please go to the main channel page of DSP Gaming. Please vote on the game that you would like to see as Tuesday's main gameplay stream. Okay? Now, what else is in store for this coming week? Well, Tuesday night is going to be my final session of Lost Judgment post-game content, and essentially, it'll serve as the official conclusion to the Lost Judgment playthrough. I've been playing this game now since September of 2021. I beat the game several weeks ago, but I wanted to do post-game streams to finish up the content I didn't do. There's one major side quest left, which is the Ninja side quest. Then there's the VR side quest. There's one more VR run I have to do to finish that. And then there's the Squirrel quest, and that's about it. I've been told maybe there's one more quest that I missed, but for some reason people can't really figure out how to get it to trigger. So, we'll see, but it should be the final 2-hour late night chill session of Lost Judgment coming up on Tuesday night and the official end to the playthrough. Okay? There you go. Then, on Wednesday, the main gameplay stream will be Skyrim Anniversary Edition. We will continue on with Skyrim this coming Wednesday. Wednesday night will effectively be the conclusion of Resident Evil 4, where I'm going to finish up the Separate Ways post-game campaign with Ada Wong. We're also possibly, if we have time, going to do the Operation Ada mini side quest, which what I've heard at longest, it's like 30 minutes long. So, with a 2-hour stream, we should definitely have enough time to finish up Separate Ways and maybe check out Operation Ada and give Resident Evil 4 a proper send-off, which is, by the way, it's been a great playthrough over the course of this month. I really enjoyed going back to it. And I actually, now that I've played through it again, I could say I like it a lot more than probably the other two modern Resident Evil games. And when I say that, I mean 5 and 6, the two like action-based shooter games, because it has more horror elements to it. I really feel like 5 and 6 took the series in a different direction. And not to say that they're not good games in their own right. They're good action games, but I just don't think they're very good horror games, you see? Okay. All right. Then, let me think about this. On Thursday? Hold on a second here. I'm confused. And also I got to do something quick. So please, I apologize, everybody. I really do. Hold on a second here. I got to go on. Oh, crap. Oh, no, it's finally happening. No. I'm just kidding. There's nothing terrible going on. It's just something that I want to do for this stream. Shit, is it not working? Come on. Ah, good, it started working. Okay. There's one thing I forgot to set up. It's my fault. I forgot to set something up on my laptop for the stream. I just set it up now. Seems to be working. Good. Okay. Continuing on with what we were doing. Sorry about that. Thursday, the main gameplay stream, all right, can either be it can either be more Skyrim, in which case it would be basically back-to-back Skyrim, okay? Or it could be on more of these Game Pass games. So let's say that whatever game you guys vote in for Tuesday, you guys really like, and you want to see more of it, we could do it again on Thursday, okay? Or what if we play a Game Pass game on Tuesday, and it's like, meh, it didn't really work out that well. Then why don't we do a different game for Thursday? So maybe we'll do another poll, and you guys could vote in what the main game will be on Thursday, right? I'm not sure what I want to do, all right? But it's cool that I have this flexibility this last week of January to kind of do whatever I want, all right? So definitely Skyrim on Wednesday, and there'll either be more Skyrim on Thursday, or maybe we'll do another Game Pass thing. And then Thursday night will be my next late night session of Halo Infinite multiplayer, okay? Then on Friday, we have our actual first major high-profile new release of 2022. Yes, I know Rainbow Six Extraction came out. I don't consider that a high-profile new release. I consider that just kind of a leftover, forgotten game that if you want to do co-op with your friends, go ahead. But it's not a big deal, you see. But Pokemon Legends Arceus, okay? The new Pokemon game that is implementing all new gameplay mechanics, exploration mechanics, all kinds of fun new stuff, comes out on Friday. Now, by the way, warning to all of you, from my knowledge, somehow this game has leaked. Someone got advanced copies of it early and apparently is posting up information and spoilers about the game all over the internet. That's what I was told yesterday. So just to forewarn any of you who are interested in the new Pokemon game, be careful, because apparently it's being spoiled everywhere. I personally have not been spoiled, which is good. And I'm excited to play Pokemon starting on Friday. As you know, when I play Pokemon games, they're basically like chill playthroughs. So I will begin to play it. However, it may not, be a playthrough that after a week or so that I'm going to keep doing constantly during the daytime. What I'm thinking is for the beginning, it'll be Pokemon balanced with Skyrim. Then it'll be Pokemon balanced with the new games coming out early on in February, which are Sifu and Dying Light 2. But eventually, Pokemon will probably be pushed to the late streams, you see? So we'll see. But it should be fun. It should be fun. And I hope that you guys will join me for this coming week for not only, you know, Game Pass stuff that you're voting on and Skyrim, but also the conclusion of Lost Judgment, the conclusion of Resident Evil 4, and the premiere of Pokemon Legends Arceus. All right? So great amount of stuff coming. And one final thing, as I already told you guys, this coming Tuesday when I come back from my break, what we will do is we will go through the game release schedule to look at all the games coming up in the next few months. And I'll tell you about the games that I'm interested in playing in the release date, so we actually will have at a glance a view of all the games coming out and actually an idea of what's coming out when and what I can play when and etc. etc. Okay? There you go. All right, my friends. All right, so good stuff. That's all I really have to talk about on the pre-stream today. I'll just once again say, now that we have over 300 people on the stream, thank you guys for being here and chilling with me. If you enjoy the pre-stream podcast, please give it a like here on YouTube. By giving this stream a like, you're actually helping with discoverability of the channel. I'm trying to get over 100 likes on every single stream that I do moving forward. If I can get that, it'll definitely help the channel a lot. So please give this a like if you have not yet and you're having a good time. If you're watching this as an on-demand video on YouTube, please give it a like as well. And please leave comments if it's so you choose. That also dramatically helps this channel for discoverability purposes. Okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to shoutouts. Let's just jump right into shoutouts. How does that sound? All right. We'll start with YouTube side shoutouts today. And we start off with National Finance Bank. Wow, what a great name. Who did a $20 super chat and says, if you could turn Jasper into a human, would you do it? No. Jasper is a cat. He's comfortable being a cat. He very much enjoys his life as a cat. And I think that he's happy as a cat and wants to stay a cat. One thing that humans tend to do, and I've talked about this over the years, is that humans, for some odd reason, have this really overinflated opinion of themselves and of humanity as a whole, right? Oh, humans are better than everything and everyone else. Humans should be higher up, you know, than anything else. We are like enlightened. We are so smart, right? So we're the best, and everything obviously wants to be human. Every animal out there, if they could be human, they absolutely would want to be. I don't think Jasper wants to be a freaking human. He sees me. He sees how disgusting I am, how stinky I am. He sees that I have to shower to clean my body while he just gets to clean with his tongue. He doesn't like, you know, he sees all the shit I gotta put up with. He's like, dude, my life is good. I got a nice big house that I run around in. I get yummy food, right? Fresh water every day. I get treats. I get lots of pets from my family. I get to play with them, nice toys, run around, right? Get to see stuff outside, get to leap and jump and just be a cat, right? Just be a cat. That's what it's all about. He likes being a cat. He doesn't want to be a human. There's enough fucking humans. So no, I would not turn Jasper into a human if I had opportunity. I'd let him be a cat because he's happy. There you go. Inmate Elvis has upgraded his membership to a super supporter. I think he actually was a super supporter to begin with, but he renewed it for a second month. Thank you, Inmate Elvis, for the tier 2 level of support. I really appreciate that. It helps out even more than a standard membership. And he says, shout out to my Latino homies in D3. I guess he's really going in with this inmate kind of a theme. Who love watching DSP on the big screen, and my homies in chat. There you go. All right. Thank you, Inmate Elvis, for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that. All right. Now let's go over to the tips side of support for today. And our first tip of today was from Pinocchio, who tipped $5. And he says, let's have a nice stream, everyone. Thank you very much, Pinocchio. Not only for the support, but that nice segment, or the nice sentiment, I should say, as well. All right. By the way, before we continue on, I will want to say this. Some people have expressed to me that there is issues right now with tipping, even though there's a lot of tips that are coming through. Some people are saying they're trying to tip and they're having issues, that they try to do it and it either locks up or doesn't go through at all. Now, I don't know if this is an issue with PayPal now with banks, that they're denying certain payments from certain banks or payment methods. I have no idea. What's weird about it is that I'm still getting tips. So obviously this isn't a widespread across the board deal. It's only affecting certain people. But there's certain people who are regular supporters who actually have told me over the last couple days, I've been trying to tip and I can't tip. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I did. I wish I knew what was going on. it doesn't seem to be the typical thing. There's a typical glitch with Stream Elements. And what that glitch is you have to log into Stream Elements to prove that you exist. You're not just a bot trying to do a fake tip. You're a real person with a real account, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you're logging in from to prove your identity. Then you're allowed to tip. But what people have been seeing is sometimes when you log in to prove your identity, the tip button grays out. And you're like, it's not working. I can't tip. What happened? Well, we found out the workaround for that is when you log in, if it grays out, all you got to do is you click on the tip link again that you're using to get to that tips page, and it'll refresh the page and fix that for you so you can actually do your tip. But that's the only bug that I'm aware of. I don't know what would be causing people to be trying to put through tips and then they're like not going through for some odd reason. Some people are actually saying it's showing as going through and then it doesn't. It like rejects it later on. So I'm not I don't know. I actually don't know what's causing that. And I apologize. Obviously, I wish I had ultimate control over that kind of stuff, and I just don't. You know, there's all these third parties, payment processors, and shit involved. Certainly, maybe we can figure out a pattern, then maybe it'll help people. But right now, I don't know what it is. Okay, so apologies in advance if someone does want to tip and contribute today, which I appreciate very much, and it's not working out. I apologize to that. Okay? All right. Only Iced Infinite has tipped me $1.50. And says, with the stock market going down, is it time to invest in crypto? No. Okay, continuing on. Malcolm has tipped me $5 this morning. He says, 2022 is a new year for DSPGaming. Leave that old stuff in the past. We forgive you. Many blessings and peace to you and your family. Thank you very much, Malcolm. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. I really do feel like 2022 is going to be a fun year of renewal. Me focusing solely on this channel, DSPGaming on YouTube, trying to get people to understand that this is now a place you can come and have a central place for gaming coverage, social interactions with other fellow gamers of like mine. If you can attend live streams, that's cool. If not, the on-demand videos are also a cool place now to have social interaction because you can actually leave comments on the videos and have discussion again, right? Now I'm going to be having a lot more interaction with you guys on my channel page on that community tab where I can do polls and interactive things with you. This is cool. I'm actually looking forward to this year very much. And by the way, if YouTube comes through on their promises and actually implements the improvements that they've claimed they're going to do this year, that would be tremendous. They promised improvements to moderation, improvements to the features you'll have as a live streamer and as a viewer of live streams, the ability to have gifted memberships on the channel, all these things they've promised, and nothing yet. Here we are, 23 days into the year. They are still quiet. Their lips are zipped. They're not saying a word about when they're implementing anything. Let's hope for the best. And again, I definitely think that if they implement some of these things next month for February when all these games are coming out, that would be ideal. But we got to see what happens. Hopefully they will do this. Okay? Okay. So thank you, Malcolm, for that. And then Lucifer Soul tipped me $4 and says, when you finally get around to playing Oblivion in 2025, can you play as an orc version of yourself, a Shrek Phil? I could. If you guys wanted to see something silly like that, why not? I'm not against that. I am not prejudiced against the orcs. I would consider it. All right. And Tarantula MS 2018 has tipped me $10 and says, hey, Phil, how are you doing, Tarantula? How's it going today? I hope that you're doing well. And welcome to the stream, and thank you for that generous contribution, which gets us to $25 of total tips so far for today, halfway to our Tier 1 goal of the Gunner Glasses. Awesome. You guys know the deal about the tip rewards. I don't have to go over that again, do I? Do I, really? Do I? $50 Gunner Glasses, $100 vote on a hat for me to wear, including silly hats like a Pikachu and a Deadpool hat. $150 you vote on a vest. And what we're doing is we're rotating the vests around to have different and better vests in the running. So let's see. Yesterday, I wore the camo vest. So today, I guess the vest would be, we'll do the red vest, the denim vest, the gold vest, and the blue vest. How about that? Those are the 4 vests in the running today. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. There's more. But wait, there's more. Hold on a second here. Chicken Man has done a super chat. He says, losing weight since 2010, still have those cloths. Hold on a second. I mean, first of all, let me get Chicken Man on the leaderboard. And I got to try to decipher this. I might have to get out my decoder device. Excuse me. Okay. So let's play. Try to decipher what the person has said. All right. Chicken Man says in his super chat, you ready? Here we go again. Losing weight since 2010, still have those cloths? Question mark. Losing weight since 2010, still have those cloths. It sounds like two statements. It sounds like it's actually like two completely different statements. Even though they may be related, it sounds like maybe like two sentences. So the first half sounds like losing weight since 2010. Like, Phil, you have been losing weight since 2010. Okay? Now, I would say that's not correct. My weight fluctuates. When I started as a content creator in 2008, I was at my heaviest ever. I was over 240 pounds. Don't tell anyone. It's very embarrassing to me that I weighed that much because I was so heavy that my knees hurt. I'm not kidding. My knees fucking hurt bad because I was so overweight at that time. Okay? That was not good. That was very, very unhealthy. I was having issues with a lot of different things as a result of my really big weight, including my back issues, were just exacerbated by how freaking fat I was. Okay? So, I eventually started changing my lifestyle when I stopped working that office job, when I was laid off in late 2010. I changed my lifestyle and I changed my diet. And I stopped eating a meal a day. And instead I was having a meal replacement shot that was full of supplements like vitamins and energy and stuff. Probably not the best idea, but it's just something that I did because I wanted to like lose weight. And within about a year of me being a full-time YouTuber doing that life change, I lost about 25 pounds, no exaggeration. Like I went from 240 down to like maybe like 215, 220. Okay. And then later on, I eventually started eating healthier. And what I mean by that is instead of eating fast food every day, instead of eating unhealthy, fried, disgusting food every day, instead I started eating home-cooked meals, baked stuff, vegetables, you know, things that intelligent adults should be eating, a well-balanced diet, so you don't die by the age of 40. And truth is, if I hadn't changed up my diet, I'd probably be in a really bad situation right now. Seriously, because I was so bad just eating whatever I wanted, doing whatever the hell I wanted. And in a lot of ways, I will say this, in a lot of ways, I would actually credit that change to me getting gout. Because if I didn't get it, if I didn't know that I had it and all of a sudden get a giant swollen foot with uric acid crystals stabbing my fucking joints and my foot swelling up the size of a fucking balloon, I couldn't walk on it, it was incredibly painful. Really, if that hadn't happened, I might have not had a wake-up call that I did. But when I had that happen to me, I had a wake-up call. I said, okay, I'm at an age in my life. And by the way, this was about, at this point, it was about almost 7 years ago, about 6.5 years ago that this happened to me. Okay? I had a wake-up call. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm getting older. I can no longer just do whatever the hell I want. I have to stop eating these crazy unhealthy foods. Every day eating steak, burgers, you know, red meat, shellfish, you know, pork. All these things you absolutely, positively should not be eating. In fact, I remember the week when I first had my first outbreak in my foot. I had eaten that particular week steak, burgers, and had gone to a restaurant where I had eaten shrimp and I think crab, all in that 1 week. So literally every food that I ate that week was a food that was high in uric acid. Okay? Everything was bad for me. By the way, back then I was drinking a ton. I was drinking way more than you know, anything that I would do today, which is very more laid back and casual. Back then I was drinking pretty regularly and it was bad for me. And, you know, basically it was like every possible bad thing that I could do, I was doing to my body at that time. And then when it happened, boom, I was like, okay, that's it. I can't do this anymore, you know? And I had to change my lifestyle up, right? Which was basically no or very little red meat, limited pork, limited shellfish, if no shellfish, limit the fried ass foods, can't have fried foods all the time. Basically, cut all that out. And the drinking, you had to cut back way on the drinking and all that stuff. And eventually, by doing that, I changed my diet to the point where not only did the gout get under control, which means I very, very rarely do I have any kind of an outbreak or anything like that. The thing is, with a disease like this, it doesn't ever go away. There will be times when in my life, out of nowhere, I just get a flare-up and my foot gets fucked up. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to happen. It's proven that unless you're taking constant medication for this, you will have flare-ups in your life from time to time. So one day, all of a sudden, boom, I might not be able to walk. And it sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. I just got to accept it as part of my life moving forward. It is what it is, okay? But in general, since I changed all that stuff, okay, I found that I have more energy. I found that I'm able to do things at a higher capacity, and I've lost a lot of weight. Like I said, at one point, the heaviest I was 240. At that point, I would say I was around 220. Today, I fluctuate. I fluctuate between around 200 to like 214, 15 pounds. It depends on what I've eaten. It depends on how active I am. You know, if I have a week where I have more physical activity versus less, or if I'm eating different kinds of food versus less, I can burn more off. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. I'm still overweight, by the way. I'm still considered overweight by about 20 pounds. And eventually, we were just talking about this the other day, eventually I'm going to get to a point in my life where I'm going to have to start doing some kind of exercise, whether it's just walking around more, whether it's actually maybe turning my garage into a little bit of a gym, have something in there like a treadmill or something I could do for physical activity so that I'm not just sitting on sedentary on my effing ass all day, which is terrible for me, you see? But yeah, that's the deal. So, yes, in 2010, I was actually incredibly overweight. And now I am not incredibly overweight. I'm just overweight. There you go. But I'm much more healthy because my lifestyle and my diet has changed dramatically. Okay? Now, he said, still have those cloths. Well, here's the thing. See, Chicken Man, I don't know how Chicken Man found this out. But basically, when I was 240 pounds, I was so fat I couldn't wear underwear. They didn't make underwear big enough for me. Every time I would try to put them on, they would incredibly rip and tear. Sometimes the elastic would get stretched out so far, it was very embarrassing because it would snap. And in public, all of a sudden my underwear would just snap and fly out of my pants right into the air, right in front of everyone. I'd be like, what the fuck? I would be like, oh, I don't know what that is. So, you know, basically what I had to do is I had to take cloth, like actually buy cloth in bulk wholesale, all right? And I would have to wrap it around my crotch to cover my butt and my privates because they didn't make underwear big enough for it. It was absolutely disgusting. It would be completely soiled in sweat. Can you imagine the smell down there? A big fat guy rubbing around, chafing, his big flubby, blubbery body parts rubbing against each other, pools of sweat soaking into this cloth every day. Oh my God. Okay, that's enough of that. I can't go on with this anymore. I can't. I can't go on with this line anymore. It's too disgusting. Anyway, I have no idea what Chicken Man was talking about. I'm assuming what he's actually meaning to say was, do you still have those clothes? Do you still have those clothes from back in the day? Do I have clothes from back in the day? The only clothes that I have from way back, like 2010, the Blanca shirt that I wear. Okay, the Blanca shirt that I wear, absolutely, I still have, and that's the one that I love from the Street Fighter days. But also, that's the one that was fan made, the one that the hand painted, hand drawn Blanca on it. Outside of that, I'm trying to think, do I have anything from that long ago? I don't think so. I do have shirts from a few years after that. If you remember, around 2011 to 2013, I started doing the convention scenes on the East Coast with John Rambo, and I used to go to these conventions and hang out and meet people and shake hands. And I used to buy souvenirs. Some of the souvenirs I would buy would be t-shirts. And some of the shirts you see me wearing on stream, like the Mega Man shirt, the Proto Man shirt, those are things I bought at game conventions a very long time ago. You know, we're talking 10 years ago. Yeah. But do I actually have anything from like 2010, besides that Blanca shirt, I don't think so. I think that everything got thrown out and changed. Like, even my pants, like, I used to have different pants, and those all got worn out. Now I have some of the clothes that I wear are from, like, right before I moved. Right before I moved, I had gone to Uniqlo, which had just opened up in Connecticut at the time. And I bought a bunch of clothes at Uniqlo, like nice pants, pajama pants, but also, like, sweatpants, and shirts and stuff like that. And I still have all of that. But no, I don't think I have anything but the Blanca shirt from that time frame. Okay. So Xavier did a super chat, says he's referencing your shirts look too tight. Some shirts that I have would say, like, this shirt is fine. This is my Fallout shirt. This is from Loot Crate. And what's funny is this shirt is large. And as you can see, it fits perfectly fine, right? It's actually large, fits me nicely, from Loot Crate. Fallout, this is all the different Fallout boys, or what do you call them, Vault boys, on the front of the shirt, all together in a montage. But what's weird is, all my shirts are larges. Every shirt. And if you've seen, you're absolutely right. Some shirts that I wear seems tight. Some seem loose. They're all the same fucking size. How is it that you can have large, but every company thinks large is a different size? Clothing is weird like that. Where some places think it's one and some things another. Shoes. Are you shitting me? I have abnormally large feet. Like, my feet, the smallest shoe I can wear is a size 11.5, but I've been known to wear all the way up to size 13. Why would I be wearing size 11.5 to size 13? Because even shoe companies can't get it right. You say a shoe is 12, you put it on, it's too tight. Oh, look at this brand, it's 12, you put it on, it's too loose. It's the same fucking size, supposedly. Why can't they get their shit right? How do you not know what a 12 is a fucking 12? It's supposed to be 12 inches. Can't you measure? But anyway, the point I'm making is, yeah, it's weird, because all my shirts are larges, and some are perfect, like this one, and others seem to be too tight, and others seem to be too loose. It's very odd. Anyway, let's continue. Sarah has done a super chat and says, would you consider doing a workout or fitness streams? No, absolutely not. It's not what I'm about. It's not what I'm doing, and I don't want to share that. Even if I did do full workouts and stuff, I wouldn't want to share that with the internet just to be micro-analyzed and being told that I'm doing it wrong and being told that what I'm doing is unhealthy and that this and that and blah, 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 and I don't care. Really, like, seriously, that's why I stopped sharing personal stuff like that from behind the scenes with the internet, because people turn it into shit that it's not supposed to be. Oh, look, I'm just going to do a quick vlog of my house. Oh my God, did you see that coffee maker Phil has in his fucking kitchen? That's a $700 coffee maker, dude. That's where all his money goes. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's how fucked up people are. They're out of their fucking minds. So I don't do that shit anymore. No. Okay. YouTube has tipped me $6 and says we're actually planning to implement a golden rule for YouTube. There you go. Who wouldn't want that? The golden rule for YouTube. And if you don't abide by the golden rule, you get turned into a living golden statue for the rest of your existence. You're frozen perpetually in time. Why not? I don't know about a golden rule, but YouTube certainly should have some kind of a fucking rule, right? Because they really don't seem to have any rules. Anyone can do whatever they want. Defame, insult, slander, fuck anyone they want. Get away with it. It's fucked up. It shouldn't be like that. But I digress. Alice Telemon has sent me $1.50. And yes, Alice Telemon, I saw your message. I didn't get a chance to really respond or anything to it. But basically, he has said that he's watching my videos from Friday night, my weekly session of Super Turbo / Old School Street Fighter. It's called Friday Night Fights. I do it every Friday night. And what I do is I play the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. And we get a lot of fun, you know, playing these oldies, the old fighting games, right? So here's what he has to say. Tip me $1.50, by the way. Thank you for the tip, Atlas. Let me get that on the leaderboard. And then here, I'm going to read you what he has to say. And this is fascinating. All right? Listen to this. You chose Super Turbo. Your opponent chose Street Fighter Alpha 3. But right before the game crashes, it pops up on the screen and it says hyper fighting. Bonkers. So maybe that is one of the issues with this game, is that could cause it to crash, is that two people pick a game, but then the game ultimately is stupid and glitches and picks the wrong game, and since neither person picked that game to play, the game just has a logic error and crashes and won't play. I don't know. It could be. It very well could be that the game is that shitty that the game has 4 options. Just think about that. 4. Only 4 options to pick. This isn't, oh, there's 27 games in this collection to pick and play online. There's 4 games. One person picks one game, another person picks another game. So I picked A, you picked C. The game goes to create the online match and says, oh, D, and then crashes because no one picked D. Like, think about how bad that fucking coding has to be. Like, that has to be like amateur night, my baby's first coding error. You know what I mean? Like, how bad can that be that the code is so fucked up? That I picked A, he picked C, it gives us D. How do you even get there? You know? Pretty crazy, huh? Anso Kamaru has tipped me $1.50. He says clothing size is based on region and style. When I lived in Korea and Japan for many years, I was an XXL or an XL on average. Now that I'm back in the West, I'm actually either a small or a medium. It's like Russian roulette when you buy clothes, especially online. Now, here's the thing, Anso Kamaru. Although what you're saying makes sense, I think if you think about it logically, it makes a little bit more sense. And here's why I say that. You're talking about Korea and Japan, all right? You're talking about cultures where people are, Asian. And I'll be honest, if you look at the data, scientific data, all right? Typically, people of Asian descent, Asian cultures, have smaller stature than people from, say, more European, African. Those cultures, usually the bodies are slightly bigger. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know if there's a scientific reason for it. It's just scientifically true. Okay, so wouldn't you want your clothes in those regions to actually purposely be a little bit smaller to fit more of the general population? And there would probably be way less demand for larger clothing, right? While if you're in Europe, you're in Africa, you're in other countries or other continents, and the population generally is larger bodied in those continents, you would want clothes that generally would fit the larger bodies, right? I understand what you're saying, but the point I'm making is, here in the United States, we're not talking internationally, right? Just here in the USA alone, I go to the store right now, and I look at 3 different shirts that all say they're large, and they're all fucking different sizes. I could literally buy 3 shirts that say large, 3 t-shirts, stack them on top of each other, and you'll have one that's bigger, one that's medium, and one that's smaller, and they all say large on the tag. It's like these companies just don't think there's any kind of criteria for what they do. They just fuck it. Our large is different from your large, is different from his large, is different from their large. No. The whole point of sizing is supposed to be you know what you're buying. You know if it'll fit you or not. If a large fits you in this brand, it should fit you in every brand. But it doesn't. It's stupid. It really is stupid. Okay. All right. So I did add that tip. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. Chicken Man did a super chat and said, when is the IRL workout gym stream? Never. And Xavier did a super chat saying, are super chats considered tips or donations? Super chats are considered a form of funding, crowdfunding of the channel. All right? They're not a tip nor a donation. Okay? Because a donation implies a contribution to something that is non-for-profit, which this is not. This is a for-profit business, always has been. It is my job, my business that I own and operate for profit, for personal gain. Just being honest. Everyone knows that. It's everyone who's a content creator out there, that's pretty much what they do. All right? So it wouldn't be considered a donation. A tip is a little different. But it's still, this is considered, when you do a super chat or a, oh my God, it's so hard to explain. If you're doing a super chat or a membership, because that's a contribution that goes through a third-party payment system, that's considered a miscellaneous income calculation. Yes. Yes, it's considered miscellaneous income. And it's taxed just like normal income. Yep. Yep. But it's not considered a tip. Okay. All right. Guys, I think we're winding down. By the way, now we have almost 350 people on the stream. We're getting there. And almost 100 likes. We're at 92. Guys, again, if you enjoy my content, if you like my podcast, if you like that we're about to play Skyrim, please give this stream a like. I'm trying to get at least 100 likes on every stream that I do moving forward. I feel that will give this channel much needed engagement and help it to be discoverable on YouTube. If you're watching this pre-stream on demand on YouTube, please give it a like and consider leaving a comment. That also will help discoverability of the channel. All right, last chance if anyone has any final questions. Happy Sunday to you, Guts. Good to see you here today. Yes, last chance for anyone who would like to ask a question before we get started with the gameplay. Just listen to this. Double Trigger says, like I care about this. Are you aware trolls have started saying you have been taking credit for what your father did at the helicopter company, creating a system that improved everything? What? My dad worked in continuous improvement. That was his full-time job, and he did that for many years at that company. He redesigned tons of the processes inside of the company. That was what he was supposed to be doing. I was a customer service rep who was being trained to be in continuous improvement. I had a certification for it to show that I was approved to do the work. So basically, I was getting paid the payment or the salary of a low-end guy doing the work that my fucking dad was doing, getting paid double what I was getting paid. Seriously. I was doing the same fucking work. And then they laid me off after I redesigned my first process and everything was working good. They laid me off and never paid me for my work. Isn't that great? So let the trolls say whatever they want. They're morons. That's actually how I got into it, because my dad was doing the job full time, and I said, wow, that sounds interesting to me. That's like something that I'd like to be involved in. And actually, my dad had been involved in a continuous improvement project, including one of the things I was doing, and I was in that project. I was helping him redesign the process. That's how I got exposed to the continuous improvement stuff. And then I said, wow, I like that. And then management at the company contacted me and said, would you like to be involved in it? We'd like to train you and get you into it. And I said, yes. And that's how I got involved in it. And then I got screwed over. Okay. What is for dinner? Today we're doing a new recipe. We don't know how it's going to turn out. It's a slow cooker chicken that's going to have ingredients with it that's supposed to make it Hawaiian style. So it's like a sweet honey barbecue added with some soy sauce, pineapples, and things like that we're going to do in a slow cooker. And then on the side, I think we're going to have some scalloped cheesy potatoes and Hawaiian rolls. We don't know how it's going to turn out. We've never done this before. My wife actually is going to start doing it soon because it's a slow cooker deal. It has to cook like 4 hours or so. So I would assume she's probably going to pop it in there any minute. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, guys, I think we should end the pre-stream podcast. I've had enough gabbing for today. One final check, since we're about to end the pre-stream podcast. How is the poll doing? For Tuesday's gameplay stream. The poll has been live for an hour. Okay? 300... Oh, my God. Oh, excuse me. It's absolutely disgusting. 361 people have voted so far. Roughly about a third of the amount of people who would vote on the poll. Here's the results. A tie between Sniper Elite 4 and Quake, which each have 19% of the vote. I Am Fish is currently in second place, 23% of the vote. And with a big majority of the votes, right now at 39% of the votes, it's the Forgotten City. Apparently, you guys liked the Forgotten City as much as I did. I would not be sad to play the Forgotten City on Tuesday. In fact, I would actually be very pleased. But again, the poll is very young. It just got created an hour ago. You guys are going to have 2 days to vote on this thing. Okay? Tom Willis shows that if you thought about downloading Skyrim community content when you finish the game. Well, I mean, I am. Aren't I doing, the Anniversary Edition has community creation content, right? I think what you're saying is, have I thought about doing like some of the mods and stuff? Well, here's the thing. This playthrough is probably going to be incredibly lengthy. I'm probably going to be playing Skyrim for months and 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 months with the amount of content that's in the game. Let's say I finish it in September. I'm not exaggerating. Let's say I finish Skyrim in September. Do you then want me to keep playing it and check out mods? Or you want me to move on to something else? Because here's what I think is going to happen. There's going to be a group of people who are going to absolutely love Skyrim. And they're going to want to see Skyrim for as long as I can play it and everything. But people undoubtedly are going to start to get bored. They're going to say, man, you've been playing this game for so fucking long. When are you going to do something else? I had enough of this shit. So, maybe what I'll do this time around is we play through Skyrim, we have a good time, and then maybe eventually if we ever do it again, we try out specific mods. But I don't think I'm going to... Like I said, I don't want to do mods now. Because I like the fact that I'm getting achievements and everything for the game. That's cool. 10 years later, I get to play a game and get achievements and everything for stuff we're doing. I like that. So, I don't think we're going to be doing any mods at this point, okay? Only Iced Infinite took me $1.50 and says, stop the count! So, Only Iced Infinite apparently is about to accuse the count of wrongdoing or some kind of shenanigans. So, there you go. Alright, guys. Let's end the pre-stream podcast. Let's get set up here with Skyrim. How does that sound? Hope it's good. And by the way, if all of a sudden you can't see me, if all of a sudden you start seeing this haze, it's because basically it's Silent Hill outside, and the fog might be coming in my window and absorbing into the room, and now you can't see anything in here, and you're saying, oh, where is Phil? He's in a cloud of smoke. Like, where are you guys? It might happen. It's very thick fog outside, and the window is open indeed. Chicken Man just did a super chat. I don't think people realize how long Skyrim is. Just the base game of Skyrim is lengthy, then plus all the side content. Then on top, you know what I mean? Like, it's thing on thing on thing on thing. There really is a ton of shit going on in Skyrim. It's true. Okay. Anso Kamaru took me $1.50. Says, do you feel naturally compelled to do everything in open world games? I don't usually play games like that because I feel FOMO. Every time I miss a quest. It's hard to stay focused on the story in Pokemon Arceus because I keep getting sidetracked for 2 hours. Let me put it this way. Do I feel naturally compelled to do everything? No. But if it's something that I'm playing and I'm enjoying and I'm having fun, then obviously I like the ability to take the time that I want to do all the content that I'm running into. And back in the day, that's not how I played. In fact, back in the day, I was known as being the guy who would rush through games just to get the playthrough done as quickly as possible, slap it on YouTube, and move on to the next high-profile AAA game. Skyrim was one of the first playthroughs ever that I took my time with, and I did all of the meaningful content because I had the strategy guide. So I went and did every guild, every faction quest, every side quest, every dungeon, every mask I found, right? I killed every fucking dragon, spanked them, spanked those dragons. I did it all. Okay, let's end the pre-stream podcast. Thank you guys for a great one. By the way, we now have over 110 likes on the stream. This is great. Now let's aim for 200 likes on this stream. All right, guys, thanks. Let's end this shit.